Hey guys, this is Tae Woo with FreshSuperCool.com, Marketing Tactics Growth Strategies. Today I want to talk to you about how to find anyone's email address on the web if you do any kind of marketing or if you do marketing for other people and you need to reach out to someone. Say you're a startup and you want to create partnerships or looking for customers or whatever, and you want to email them, but step number one, if you don't have an email address, you can't email them. So how do you find them? So believe it or not, a lot of emails are actually public. If they've sent any email from their email account, whether it's Gmail, Hotmail, one of those free ones, or if it's corporate, or they entered it somewhere on the web, believe it or not, you can't find them. So this is a tactic on how to find it. So step number one, obviously find the most obvious one is find their website address first, right? I mean, ideally, like if they have a Gmail or Hotmail, it's it's a lot harder to find because it's a bigger of a guess. But if they have a website, so if they're an influencer of some sort, business owner, celebrity, community organizer, event something coordinator, somebody who's of some kind of an influence, right? Or even within the company, like HR, event planning, purchasing manager. Most of these people have a corporate website of some sort, right? And obviously, you need the name of the person you want to reach to get their full name. Step number one, find out their business name or the owner of the business's the business owner's name. So how do you do that? Well, it's simple, right? Let's say you don't have their business, right? You're looking for a random dentist in New York City. Actually, because I've been searching that, I just went to Yelp and I started looking for people I can reach out to. So, the search. Okay, so some of these guys look pretty good. Okay, let me try this Howard Silver guy. It's an advertising, but I'm gonna click on it. Okay, let me scroll back up here. Okay, Howard Silver. Let's say I want to reach out to Howard Silver. Okay, so I know this guy is named Howard Silver, and he has a website called Dr. Howard Silver. Oh, that's pretty good. So I go over there. Okay, still loading. Sorry, I'm in Thailand and internet here is not so fast. Okay, so we have their information. Suppose it was a generic name like Silver DDS, right? You don't know who the owner of the business is. Then obviously some of the things you can do is look at things like contact us or about us or our staff, or if it's a big company, which one is where is that? I was looking at reputation.com. I was looking at them recently. Smaller companies, obviously, it's going to say who we are right there, right? If they have personality, ideal, hopefully they have it. Right here's our staff. Okay, this doesn't have much information. This guy, okay, we know this is Dr. Howard Silver. Maybe we can get his email just by looking at the contact us page. Does he have it? Believe it or not, he does right here. See, I mean, people publish this information, so you don't have to go crazy. You don't have to pay somebody enormous amounts of money to do this snooping. Or for example, if you're targeting bigger companies like Reputation.com, where on earth, who do you contact, right? If you go to contact us, more than likely, like 99% of the time, you're gonna hit like a CRM or some gatekeeper, like a secretary or something like that. So in a big company like this, what you want to look at is scroll down, or usually on the navigation menu, they'll have something like about us. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I moved that pane over. They'll have something like management team, or is it okay? About us right here. See that bottom? Let me load that up. If it's a big company, they'll usually have about us. But even still, look at this. They got tons and tons of people. Who on earth do you contact? So what you want to look at is like the management team. Where is the management team? Ah, here it is. Management. Right? Okay, so we know this Michael Furtick guy is a head honcho. He's a CEO. There's other people. Shrey Bhatia, okay? So he's the president. So he's high up there. Mark Phillips, blah, blah, blah. But you get the point, right? About us page, contact us page, management team, things like that. That's what you want to look at. You want to look for names of people. But even so, some of them you won't get their email address. But at least that's step number one. Step number one is find out, if you can't find out through the website what their email address, at least find out the name of the business and who's associated behind that. So going back to, okay, let's step number two. if you don't know their name, for example, let's go back to this Howard guy, right? Where is this guy? Okay, Dr. Howard Silver DDS. You know his Dr. Silver DDS, but you don't know where what his first name is. So what you can do is, I mean, it's so simple. Type Google Dr. Silver DDS, and if you know the location he's in, New York City, and voila. Okay, so his Yelp page comes up. His health grades comes up. See here, URL comes up. It doesn't matter if his URL doesn't come up because you just go to his social media profile, and I mean it's listed right there. Okay, wait, that's wrong, Dr. Silver. The point is, yeah, you go to the Yelp page, Facebook page, Twitter page, whatever, and you can usually find it there. Okay. Step number. Oh, let's go back to step number 2. Suppose some of them, you know what? Believe it or not, some of them don't have websites. Like I'm gonna give you, and if that's the case, they'll have something like a Facebook page, okay, like Facebook page. Okay, that's not a good example. But usually what you can find is that in the Facebook page, they'll usually list their email right there. So for example, my friend's thing, Bridgepoint. Oh, here it is. Like my friend, she's a realtor, and this is her Facebook page. I don't know if they had a website. I think at the time she didn't have a website, but I think they do now. But regardless, if you click on About, there you go. You see the email address listed. But info is not something you want, right? I mean, you want to get the person's email, specific person's inbox email address. Okay, step number 3 is if they have a website, do a who is. So suppose this Dr. Silver DDS guy, you see that you copy that, and then you go to whois.net, and then you paste it in there. Now, Whois, I don't know if you guys know, the domain registration. Every time you buy a domain, you have to, by law, you're required to fill in information there, including email addresses. This is not, bulletproof thing, just because some of them get these Whois privacy guard, and the emails are like, 12345@privacyguard.godaddy.com or something like that. So basically, they want to protect the privacy of the client. So this is not foolproof, but oftentimes, you can get something. So let's say Wine Library. Okay, I'm trying to reach out to the influencer of Wine Library, and then you do a who is there. Okay, they want me to do CAPTCHA because they think I'm spamming their users by scraping their pages. That's weird. Okay. Okay. Maybe this is not a good one. Maybe they blocked me. There's another one called Better Who Is. Okay, so Better Who Is. It's the same thing. There's a whole bunch of them. You can Google who is, and then you can get a whole bunch of them. WineLibrary.com. Oh, what the heck? Sorry, internet's not being friendly to me today. Okay, who is? Let's see. Who.is. Okay, that's pretty good. Or whois.domaintools. Okay, if I go to that, winelibrary.tv, let me try that. Okay, it's GoDaddy. GoDaddy protects their stuff like there's no tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. But anyway, you get the point. So this guy, let's say this Dr. Dental Life Richard Kim guy, you enter that in, and then it'll tell you who his email is. Ah, there we go. Okay, drrichardkim@yahoo.com. See? That's another method. It's not foolproof. None of these methods are, by the way, 100% guaranteed, but it would vastly improve your results. Step number 4 is to guess their emails and see if they have a match. Okay. Now, before I explain the tactics, here's what I mean. A lot of people, when they have a corporate email address, I'm not talking about like Gmail, Hotmail, one of the free ones, not one of the free ones, but like actual corporate email, right? They'll usually pick a email address like first name dot last name at domain, or first initial of the first name, like here, followed by the long last name, the full last name at domain.com, or they'll just do first name at domain.com if it's a small company, right? So here's what I mean. My domain is freshsupercool.com, my first name, Taewoo, last name, Kim. So 99% of the time, the email addresses could be one of the following: taewoo.kim@freshsupercool.com, or T, the first initial of the first name, followed by the last name, the full last name, tkim@freshsupercool.com, or just a first name, taewoo@freshsupercool.com. What we're gonna do is use the social media profiles. There's a lot of API. There's a lot of couple tools out there. I'm gonna explain in a couple minutes, where they basically go out and see if these email addresses have been registered anywhere on the web. So here are the tools you need: a Gmail account, Chrome browser, Chrome add-on for social media snooping. Now the ones I used to like was Reportive, but they somehow got shut down, or LinkedIn broke it or something. It doesn't work anymore. So there are alternatives. There's Reporto, Arc360, Social, Vibe, and Connect6. I haven't used any. I can't really vouch for any of them, so I recommend you try all of them. The one I'm going to use for the example here is Vibe, this one. And obviously common sense, okay? So here, let me explain what I mean by that. The first thing I do is install one of those snooping add-ons, right? So I installed Vibe for Google Chrome. You can just Google this, Vibe app, it's called, I think. And I added it. So, after you add it, you go to your Gmail, right? And then you click on Compose, okay? You want to get rid of that. And then you shrink this down to this. So suppose, like this Wine Library TV, right? The reason why I don't really drink that much wine anymore, but okay, let's scroll back up, is because the guy, the marketer there behind it, is pretty good, so I've been following him. I don't really buy wine from him per se, but anyway, so Wine Library, winelibrary.com. Sorry, I can't scroll all the way up here, but so suppose I want to email him. I know his name is Gary, right? So the three things I want to try are Gary Vaynerchuk, I think, or something. Chuck, yeah, at winelibrary.com, right? Or I'll try G, and then the full last name, Vaynerchuk, at that, or I'll just say Gary at that, right? And I'll see if any of them are registered with these Vibe apps. So what you do is you guess those three things, right? So with the first one, you copy it into your Gmail, right? And then what you do is you click on it, and then you hover over, and then you see that little purple thing, you click on that, and then, okay, it tells you, Vibe will tell you, okay, we don't have any data about this guy, so that's probably not it. How about this one? By the way, if it's a negative, it's a false negative, meaning it's not guaranteed. But if it's a positive, it's a positive match, meaning that it's there. So this one, G Vaynerchuk at winelibrary.com. So, oops, we don't have any data about this guy. Okay, so maybe that's not it. Okay, let me try this one, Gary at that. Oh, whoops, this is wrong. Gary at that. Okay, so click on that, and then you hover over, and then you see this little purple thing show up. Ah, there you go. You see, it shows up here. And then it shows all his social media profiles and his about page. And basically, that's a positive match. So if it's a negative, right, like remember the first one? If it's a negative, it doesn't mean that this email doesn't exist. Sorry, if you get this, this doesn't mean this email is wrong. It just means that they just don't have it in their database. But if they do show a picture along with all that stuff, that means it's a positive match. Okay, so if it's a negative match, doesn't mean it's not. It doesn't exist per se. They just don't have it. Okay, so. But obviously you can't just email every one of them, because you're eventually gonna get caught in their spam guard, right? So you don't want to do that. So you want to look for the positive matches. Okay, so those are the four methods, and that's it. That's all you have to do. If you like this, please subscribe to my newsletter on my website, freshsupercool.com. I'm also on Twitter. It's at Taewoo Kim. If you liked it, please vote it up, comment it, like it, share it, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.